am amazed, methinks, and lose my way among the thorns and dangers of this world. How easy dost thou take all England up? From forth this morsel of dead royalty, the life, the right, and truth of all this realm is fled to heaven, and England now is left to tug and scamble, to part by the teeth the unowed interest of proud swelling state. From the bare-picked bones of majesty doth dogged war bristle his angry crest, and snarleth in the gentle eyes of peace. Now powers from home, and discontents at home, meet in one line, and vast confusion waits, as doth a raven on a sick fallen beast, the imminent decay of rested pomp. Now happy he whose cloak and cincture can bear out this tempest. Come, bear away that child, and follow me with speed. I'll to the king. 1,000 businesses are brief in hand, and heaven itself doth frown upon the land.
Thus do I ever make my fool my purse. For I mine own gay knowledge should profane, if I would time expend with such a snipe. But for my sport and profit, I hate the more. And it is thought abroad that twixt my sheets he has done my office. I know not if it be true, but I for mere suspicion in that kind will do as if for surety. He holds me well, the better shall my purpose work on him. Cassio's a proper man, let me see now. To get his place and to plume up my will in double knavery, how? Let's see. After some time, to abuse Othello's ear that he is too familiar with his wife. He has a person and a smooth disposed to be suspected, framed to make women false, the more as of a free and open nature that thinks men honest that would seem to be so, and will as tenderly be led by the nose as asses are. I have it. It is engendered. Hell and night must bring this monstrous birth to the world's light.
Inspired merit so by breath is barred. It is not so with him that all things know, as 'twere with us that square our guess by shows. But most is it presumptuous in us when, the help of heaven, we count the act of men. Dear sir, to my endeavors give consent. Of heaven, not me, make an experiment. I am not an impostor that proclaim myself against the level of mine aim. But know, I think, and think I know most sure, my art is not past power, nor you past cure.
Be not afeard. The isle is full of noises, sounds and sweet airs that give delight and hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about my ears, and sometimes voices that, if I had then waked after long sleep, would make me sleep again. Then in dreaming, the clouds methought would open and show riches ready to drop upon me, that when I waked, I cried to dream again.
Marry, so I mean, sweet Catherine, in thy bed. Therefore, setting all this chat aside, thus in plain terms, your father hath consented that you shall be my wife. Your dowry agreed on, and will you, nill you, I will marry you. Now, Kate, I am a husband for your turn, for by this light I see thy beauty that doth make me like thee well. Thou must be married to no man but me. For I am born to tame you, Kate, and bring you from a wild Kate to a Kate conformable, as other household Kates. Here comes your father. Never make denial. I must and will have Catherine to my wife.
All the infections that the sun sucks up, from bends, flats, fogs, unprosper, fall, and make him by inch meal a disease. His spirits hear me, and yet I needs must curse. But they'll nor pinch, fright me with urchin shawls, pitch me the mire, nor lead me like firebrand into the dark, out of my way, unless he bid 'em. But for every trifle are they set upon me. Sometimes like apes that mow and chatter at me and after bite me. Then like hedgehogs which lie tumbling in my barefoot way and mount their pricks at my footfall. Sometimes am I all wound with adders who, with their cloven tongues, do hiss me into madness.
I do affect the very ground which is base, where her shoe which is baser, guided by her foot which is basest, doth tread. I shall be forsworn, if ever I love, which is a great argument of falsehood. How can it be love which is falsely attempted? Love is a familiar. Love is a devil. There is no evil angel but love. Yet was Samson so tempted, and he had an excellent strength, yet was Solomon so seduced, and he had a very good wit. Oh, Cupid's butt shaft is too hard for Hercules' club, and therefore too much odds for a Spaniard's rapier. The first and second cause shall not serve my turn. The passado he respects not. The duello he regards not. His disgrace is to be called boy, but his glory is to subdue men. Adieu, Fowler, rust rapier, be still, drum, for your manager is in love. Yea, he loveth. Oh, assist me, some extemporal god of rhyme, for I am sure I shall turn sonneteer. Devise wit, write pen, for I am for whole volumes in folio.
I see a man's life as a tedious one. I have tired myself, and for 2 nights together have made the ground my bed. I should be sick, but that my resolution helps me. Milford, when from the mountaintop Pisanio showed thee, thou wast with it again. Oh, Jove. I think foundations fly the wretched. Such, I mean, where they should be relieved. 2 beggars told me I could not miss my way. Well, poor folks lie that have afflictions on them, knowing 'tis a punishment or trial. Well, yes, no wonder when rich ones scarce tell true. To lapse in fullness is sorer than to lie in need, and falsehood is worse in kings than beggars. My dear Lord, thou art one of the false ones. Now I think on thee, my hunger is gone. But even before I was at point to sing for food.
These late eclipses in the sun and moon pretend no good to us. Though the wisdom of nature can reason it thus and thus, yet nature finds itself scourged by the secret effects. Love cools, friendship falls off, brothers divide, In countries, mutinies. In cities, discord. In palaces, treason. And the bond cracked twixt son and father. This villain of mine comes under the prediction. There is son against father. The king falls from the bias of nature. There's father against child. The best we have seen in our times. Hollowness, treachery, machinations, and all other ruinous disorders follow us disquietly in our graves. Find out this villain, Edmund. Do so quietly, it shall lose thee nothing. And the noble and true-hearted Kent banished, his offense honesty. 'Tis strange.
Now, I don't doubt Antipholus is mad, else would he never so demean himself. A ring he hath of mine for 40 ducats, and for the same he promised me a chain. Both one and other he denies me now. The reason I gather he is mad, besides this present instance of his rage, is this mad tale he told today at dinner, of his own doors being shut against his entrance. Feel like his wife, being acquainted with his fits, on purpose shut doors against his way. My way is to hie home to his house and tell his wife that being lunatic, he rushed into my home and took perforce my ring away. This course I fittest to choose, for 40 ducats. It's too much to lose.